I'll let you talk in a second, Rich. But I told you I was on with your buddy, Good Servant earlier today. I had a little
Hmm.
conversation with him, which we kept it friendly. We kept it friendly, even though we have different, opposing viewpoints, but that was definitely an interesting conversation. I don't know if you got the call back yet.
I have not. I have not seen it. I was not there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Good Servant, we'll give him credit, that he hell, at least he'll let me come on and talk, but I don't mean to be mean to the guy, but he clearly doesn't know much about the Bible. That's just being friendly. That's just being friendly with him. But we
I
always, go ahead.
I just wanted to say one thing real fast to Ridge. Like when you go to ETT's channel, are you there to learn or like because like I'm when I spoke to you the last time, you understand what I'm saying? I spoke to you. This was probably like the last stream or something like that, and I feel like you're not I'm not and I'm saying this humbly, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're not growing. Like I feel like whatever you're doing with the Bible is like it's not showing any growth because like we're in the last of the last days and you're like still trying to figure out if you can or not eat pork or not. That's like elementary. No, you cannot eat pork. I mean, it's really that simple. It's like no winging around it. Like it's just like you can't eat it. It's not that deep. Just stay away from it. It's like like I, I don't even know what to say. Like there's literally a scripture in the Bible that literally says if you're caught eating pork when the Lord comes back, you're gonna be burnt with fire. Like what is the like I don't know, like what is there to tell you or say, like, and I'm not saying this to be mean or anything
What
like
about the
that,
cost? What about the concept
You're breaking up a little bit, man.
Yeah.
You
You
might have
breaking
to
up.
drop and come back again.
I said, what about the kosher process that David talked about?
What kosher process?
Like an hour.
You breaking up right now. You can say it again though. I'm listening.
All right, well, we'll have to come back then. But Faith, I got a question for you. You consider yourself to be a Christian, right? What denomination would you affiliate yourself with?
I don't have one.
But you're a Christian, though, right?
I consider myself a Christian because I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Okay, okay. Now, let's see. Cause how long have you been friends with Good Servant for?
I believe it's going on 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. I've known him for probably a year and a half, just about that. I think I've known him longer than I've known Bible Defender for, actually. But it took him a year to let me, come on stream with him. But I'll give him credit. He did have a friendly back and forth with me. So I got to give credit where it's due. But yeah, are you familiar with the Hebrew Israelites?
Of course.
Where people call them, the Black Hebrew Israelites. But what would you say they're going off on from your perspective?
Say that again.
What would you say the Hebrew Israelites have incorrect about the Bible?
I haven't dug too deeply into the Hebrew Israelites, so I don't know
Mm.
very much about that subject,
I got one question though.
to be honest.
Um, pertaining to the Bible, like, do you
And who are
actually?
you?
Who me?
Yes.
You can call me Bible Defender. You can say that.
Is
But
that your YouTube name?
no, no, that's just the name I've been going by, for some time now, and I just prefer to call that. So,
Okay.
I mean, you could go to my YouTube channel, Israelite Watchman 3. I mean, you could check it out, but that's not the point right now. I just got a question. And then the question is, like,
Mhm.
when you read, like, have you read the whole Bible front to back?
Not completely.
So you never read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. You never read the whole Bible.
I'm only 38. I haven't been reading the Bible my whole entire life, dude.
I'm only 23, so
You know,
and
I've read um I've read the Bible completely when I was 16, and then I read it again when I was 18. I'm 19 now, so
Okay,
I've
but
read
do
the
you
Bible.
guys have children? Do you guys have families that you have to take care of and shit?
I got a child that I got to take care of, and
Oh, you have one
so
child. Okay, cool.
you can't put right, you can't put Jesus Christ before your kids. That's what Jesus said,
I absolutely put Jesus Christ before my children. Absolutely,
right?
100%.
So exactly. So you got to make more time
That
for
doesn't
Jesus and
that
your children.
Okay, so that's a judgment on me because I have not read the
I
Bible from
I
front to
no.
back
What
because
I'm
I
Well,
not
have
talking
three
about. What
fucking
are you
let's
talking
say
about?
children.
this: Have you
Because
Wait,
have
hold,
you
hold
read
on.
the?
Wait, time out. Hold on. Who said
I
anything
have
about
three fucking
judgment?
children and four fucking stepchildren I
Wait, hold
have
on.
I
What are
have
you?
other
Wait. Hold on.
issues.
Slow down. Calm down. What are you talking about judgment? We just actually did you read the Bible from front to back? What are you getting emotional
I
about?
I I'm
It,
not
it
getting.
doesn't even. No, because you're cursing and things of that nature. And we're on the panel being civilized. What are you getting
I,
riled up about? We just
Yeah,
asked you
yeah.
a regular question.
We just asked if you read it or not. We weren't trying to start an
It, it,
argument.
it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
and
You're
I
not going to be
literally
just.
answered no. I have not
Oh,
read it
oh,
back to
okay.
back yet.
Oh, okay, okay. That's fine. Now, have you read the New Testament, the complete full New Testament?
Yes.
Okay. So you believe in Christ, right? What would you say is some of the things that Christ teaches?
I mean, ETT. Sorry, you already know. I've been on here before. You know what I believe.
Well, to be fair, I don't think I've had many conversations with you in the past. But your idea would be the same as an average Christian, correct? When it comes to your understanding of the gospel of Christ, right?
I guess if you want to call it that.
Okay. So what do you think about how because even Jay believes this too, what I'm about to say. But according to our understanding, we'd say that hell is right here on the physical plane that we live on, the earth. And even Jay believes that as well. What's your take on that?
I think there's a type of hell here on this physical earth.
So I got
What
a
is,
question.
go ahead.
You like being a woman, you know what I'm saying? As a woman, I would, basically look at you as a nurturer, a person that's very soft-hearted. I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But as a woman, and this is just, more on the emotional side, like, would you believe, is it a merciful, you think God is merciful if he literally burns souls for eternity? Like, what would be the point of that? Just think about that. Like, is that merciful? Is that a merciful God?
I don't know if she subscribes to that idea of what was it, everlasting hellfire, where people are going to be there forever. I don't know if she believes in that or not. Because not
No,
all
no,
Christians believe in it, but some do. Faith, do you subscribe to that idea or do you not subscribe to that idea?
I think it depends on what you're talking about.
Okay, that I'll break it down simple. Some Christians believe in the concept of like an everlasting punishment for the wicked. So they believe that the wicked are going to be burning in hell literally forever. Not every Christian believes that, but that's a popular belief that many Christians hold to. Would you say you hold to that belief or no?
I I don't hold to that belief for sure. Um, for me, I believe it's up to the Most High to judge who burns forever and who doesn't. And I do believe it depends on what you do in life, your
But you
deeds.
believe that some people could, if God judges some people harshly, do you think that he could let some people burn forever?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so you'd say that you do subscribe to the idea that hellfire is like an everlasting punishment. It can be, is what you're saying, right?
I think so.
Okay. Now, what would you use to back up that premise from the scriptures?
The what?
Let me explain it. So in the Bible, is there anywhere you could lead me to where I could read about that punishment?
Well, I don't have my Bible in my hand
Do,
right
do,
now,
do you
but
know? Okay, do you know one verse off the top of the head that could be similar to the subject?
no, I don't. Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Now, when I go on with Good Servant, right, I find it funny because why is it that whenever he's doing his streams, right, he'll just talk, but he'll never bring out like a Bible verse. Like I'll literally sit there and watch
Okay.
multiple streams of his, which it can be entertaining at times. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But he doesn't really bring out the Bible. We'll talk about Jesus this, Jesus that, but he won't really go to any verses, to back up anything that he's saying.
Okay, but then to be fair to Good Servant, don't you also talk shit about the Bible yourself?
Wait, what? Could you elaborate on what you mean?
Servant, don't you also talk shit about the Bible yourself?
Wait, what? Could you elaborate on what you mean by that?
Maybe it wasn't you, but someone that has been on this channel has said that scripture isn't
Well,
real scripture.
well, that's this isn't my channel though, so that wouldn't be
I know it's
fully.
not your channel. That's why I'm like, what? I thought it was Jay, but it's not Jay.
Oh, he was here a little earlier. He was here a little earlier, but he let me host a stream for tonight. But you said that maybe you misspoken, right? But you said that I, talk smack about the Bible, right? So did you say you misspoke on that, or were you saying that I did that?
I think I must misspoke on
Okay,
that, honestly.
okay. You want to make any other point then?
Oh, I got one more question.
Go ahead.
Pertaining to the Bible, faith, like, have you ever heard, like, what is your take? Like, do you believe that space is real?
Do I believe space is real?
Yes.
Do I believe in the sky? Yeah.
No, not the sky. The sky is different from space.
All right, then elaborate on space.
Space is what
Wait,
scientists
wait,
say,
wait a
or
second. Wait. So you're saying that if I look up at the sky above my head in daytime and it's blue, you're saying that that counts as space too?
Am I saying that?
Yeah. I'm asking you because he asked you if space is real, and then you responded and said something along the lines of you brought up the sky, right? The sky above our head.
Oh, I'm not that is the sky. I'm not saying that.
it's
Like
all right.
say
It's
for
okay.
example, they,
Do
they
I
they
believe?
say that they say hold on a sec. They say that there's trillions of planets out there, billions of light years, these stars away from the Earth. Did you believe all that?
No, that's bullshit.
Okay, so you'd agree that deep space is fake then, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what part about it is real though?
I mean, there's the sun and the moon and the stars, but
Like let me say this. I would say that there is a small portion of space where the sun, the moon, and the stars, but those are, here within the firmament of the earth. So if one wanted to call that upper area space, I guess
Mhm.
you technically could, but what we're saying is deep space is fake, right? Deep space, such as what they tell you in school about, trillions of planets and the solar system layout they give you, that part is fake. That part's not real. But of course, the sun, the moon, and the
Absolutely.
stars, those are, within the firmament above our heads. So that part
Yeah,
would be
yeah, that's absolutely a lie. We're not spinning around the sun. The sun and the moon revolve around us. That's what I believe. I'm not going to say the Earth is flat because I don't know that for sure. Because there's mountains and all that shit, but we're not moving. The Bible clearly states that we are immovable and we are His footstool. So, yeah,
Give the sister a hand. Give you you know something. You know something. Do the
no, I
well.
don't
scripture.
look. I don't look good.
We'll give good servant credit too because I know that he's a flat earther as well. So that's one topic that me and him could come to an agreement on. So I will give him credit on that. But then he goes off on the Bible. So hey, look, I'll listen to what he has to say when it comes to say for an example, certain life advice because I know he was, in the military, right? So he has some experiences, so I'll listen to some of his advice on that. But then when it comes to the Bible, I don't really got to listen to anything you got to say because he don't really know much about the scriptures. Same thing
Oh,
with you,
sure.
Zay.
And to be honest, and I'm just gonna say it, to be honest, I don't agree with. There's
Yo,
Jay.
is that you, Jay?
I don't agree with
Yeah,
everything.
what's up,
I
man?
don't I don't
Yeah,
agree
what's
with
up?
everything that Good Servant says or
What's
that.
uh
Good-
what's going on?
Hi,
We're
Jay.
just having a chat about a good servant.
Oh, I was in the shower, man. I'm just getting back from work. I heard space, and somebody said space is real. Who said that?
No, nobody said space is real. But we was just asking a question.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask you guys a question. This is something that's been on my mind lately, and I might try to work it into a video. But have you ever seen them like them?
Exploring outer space, yet we don't even know what the fuck's going on in our oceans. Like there's
That's a
so many
fact.
sea creatures that we don't even know the name of them or what they are, and
Yeah.
they're really freaky looking.
Oh, hey, that reminds me. You ever see them reports of them like giant looking like
Yeah.
ancient dinosaur looking like sea dragons? They've been like taking like aerial footage of. They look like the size of a whale. You ever seen that?
Yes, I have seen those.
You guys
It's
are
super
familiar with
creepy.
Leviathan?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
yeah.
creepy.
Would you say that could be what that is?
I
Definitely.
would say I would say no, just because of the fact that when I think about my personal thing, like when I think about Leviathan, I think of something that's a little bit more like I don't know, like just especially in their times, like everything was bigger and things like that. So I'm looking for something like way more monstrous.
Yeah, right. Well, no, like the footage they showed, it's like the size of like 4 school buses put together. But yeah, no, like I've always pictured Leviathan like that. You ever see like them like during those sailor times, like where the pirates existed, they had like those images of like these big ass sea monsters that look like dinosaurs. That's what
Right.
I've always like pictured Leviathan looking like.
But doesn't Leviathan come from the sea?
Yeah, so he would
Yeah,
be in
so
the
so
sea.
it
Is
is
what I'm
some type
saying.
of a sea monster that lives in the ocean. That part would be right. That it's some type of massive creature that dwells
Yeah.
within
Isn't
the
there a
ocean.
verse that refers to Leviathan? They're like, it says
Yeah,
that God
that's
plays with it. It's like its pet.
yeah, that's you're talking about Job, the what is that, the
Yeah,
41st chapter.
right. Yeah, and then I think in Job too. Yeah, it's in Job. It talks about the Boheth myth. It's like this.
The 40th chapter.
Yeah, the 40th chapter. Like I've seen people do videos on it. They're like, "Oh, this is a rhino or an elephant." Then I seen somebody say it's a giraffe. But like, if you look back at that, ain't nothing look the stuff that they say it is like the rhino or elephant. None of that looks like a cedar tree. You know that has to be like it reminds me of one of those long neck
Yeah,
dinosaurs. To
yeah,
be honest with
the sauropod dinosaur. Yeah, that's clearly from when I read it, that's clearly what it's talking about. Right there would be my understanding of that. Is it was talking about a sauropod dinosaur because that's really, if you take all of the considerables into consideration, that's the only creature that can fit the description that it gives. The only creature that we know about that could fit the description given.
You know what I be thinking about sometimes? Like I be thinking about like how is it possible? Like and like I said, you know maybe sometimes you know when you deep, you know you may think too deep sometimes, but I don't let it bug me out. But like I be sitting here thinking like, yo, why is it that like anarchy was like the key, but now we got to go back to something that was already the key. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we was already living in the anarchy type of way, like levels and like you know ranks and stuff like that. But going back to that is like, how did it? We know how it felt the first time, but like you know basically things going back to the way it was
you
is just
said
like a
anarchy,
yeah. I might be
like
saying it wrong. I
revolution.
mean. No, not I mean like I think it's higher. I know I might be saying it. I might be saying it wrong, but like you know like but I was talking about before like how you have like the Most High, His Son,
Oh,
the angels.
hierarchy.
Yeah, yeah, hierarchy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
anarchy is having to do with like a revolution.
but yeah, like a revolution. Yeah, you're right. So
Yeah,
like
that's
hierarchy.
what Larkin Rose teaches. Which, by
Right,
the
right.
way,
So,
anyone listening, you should go ahead and read The Most Dangerous Superstition by Larkin Rose, why the subject of anarchy came up. Go
right.
ahead.
Hold on. Let me finish real fast. So basically, I be thinking about like how is it that like we already had all of the hierarchy set up, like you know what I'm saying, but to a certain extent it didn't work. But now I feel like the reason why it's gonna work now is because everybody's gonna be like angelical beings. So it's like the hierarchy that we're gonna have now is like everybody's gonna be like immortal beings. So that's why the scriptures speak about you're not gonna be able to even be able to puzzle in your mind, you know, some of the things that you know you're gonna be able to see in the kingdom. Just like for example, like you know, and this may be a I don't even know, it might be emotional, you know, to certain people that's you know don't know the scriptures. But if you know the scriptures, you're not emotional about this. But you know, like pertaining to like you know having multiple wives like if you ever watched any movie bro any movie what is a kingdom without woman like what is a kingdom without woman like what that's you got some of these like bugged out Christians talking about some yeah you're not gonna be able to have sex no you're not gonna be able to do anything physical you're not gonna be able to touch see smell it's just gonna be like you're just there bro that's whack bro like somebody could literally live it up here and call this a better heaven bro so like it is no way that the most high will allow this kingdom to be in anything better than the one that's coming. You know what I'm saying? Everything here has to
Yo,
be.
can I add something on that real quick?
What are you
Yeah,
Going
talking
you
by
could.
one
You
of your
could.
statements that you said, right? Because you have Christians out here, oh, there won't be anything physical, you won't eat, you won't have sexual intercourse with women, nothing physical like that. But wait a second, what about right here? If you go to Luke chapter 14, verse 15, it says, and when one of them that sat at meat with him heard these things, he said unto him, blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of God. So wait, so if there's nothing physical
Ooh.
that's going to happen in the
Right.
kingdom, how are people going to these things? He said unto him, blessed is he that shall eat bread in the kingdom of God. So wait, so if there's nothing physical
Ooh.
that's going to happen in the
Right.
kingdom, how are people going to eat bread in the kingdom of God? That don't make sense.
Oh, I got another cut. I got another cut. It's in the book of Matthew, the 11th chapter. It says you're gonna sit in the kingdom of heaven and you're gonna be eating with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Wait, how you gonna sit at a table and eat with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob if it ain't nothing physical going on? You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
cut.
So, right, right. So it's like some of these doctrines. It's not hard to cut because like eating bread. How do you eat bread? So you telling me I'm gonna just be eating bread and I'm not gonna be able to taste it? What's the point of eating it then? Like you know what I'm saying? So you know a lot of these things you just that's why I say you when you enter the Bible you got to be kind of deep, and that's why certain times, like I said,
Oh
shout out to.
man, oh man, that I remember that one time Bible Defender when we were on with T-Mog and we and him got into an argument, and I was like, wait, so what you're saying is basically is so
Oh
men are
yeah,
gonna walk
yeah.
around the kingdom of heaven without any balls? And he got
Right, right.
offended and just left the chat room
Yeah, he
because
just left. Oh yeah, he left the live stream.
yeah,
That was probably like a year ago.
right,
That was a minute ago.
he got
Right, right.
offended and just left the chat room
Yeah, he
because
just left. Oh yeah, he left the live stream.
yeah,
That was probably like a year ago.
right,
That was a minute ago. But he got emotional over that. But it wasn't nothing to get emotional about because it was like, yo, bro, what do you think we're gonna be doing in the kingdom? Like, do you think we just gonna have? So you think you're gonna see women without a private part? You think you're gonna see? And you know what I mean when I say that.
right.
But JJ, I'm just gonna say it like that. You think you're gonna see women with no boobs or anything like that? Like, how plain do you people want the kingdom to be? Like, just think about it, bro. When you're here on Earth, if you lived like I say, for example, there have been times in my life where I had a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But then there have been times in my life where I had $0. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
it's
I
like,
feel that.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bro. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to be like, I don't want nobody to get ideas. You know what I'm saying? But there's a point in my life, when you're living wickedly, sometimes it's a way of happiness until you start figuring out certain things that you're doing wrong. Like I'll give an example. According to the Bible, you know what I'm saying, there's a way about going to have another woman, you know what I'm saying? And in the world, people just take having many women as, or I'm gonna just have all of these women because they like me because I got a lot of money or whatever the situation is. But in the ancient world, there was nothing like that because the people that had, like I'll give an example, King Solomon having 1,000 wives. Somebody might say, well, why was he able to have 1,000 wives? You know what I'm saying? Number one, he had the wealth to be able to provide for all of those women. You know what I'm saying? So people get like the idea of like having women like messed up. Like when you have a woman, your job is to take care of her. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get the idea of like what a woman, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the woman purpose in the ancient world was just to serve because men was wealthy enough for a woman to just do her job. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said even what a woman making into the kingdom of heaven, the woman don't really have a hard job to make the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? It's more plain. You know what I'm saying? Than a man's job in terms of like the daily things you gotta go through and things that you gotta actually do. Because
The
a
hell?
woman don't,
Who is this
huh?
dude? I don't know who
This
this
is
dude
Bible Defender. He's talking about marriage and roles
Wait,
in the
wait,
kingdom
I
of
got a
heaven.
question. Faith, do you agree that the Bible teaches polygamy?
Me?
Faith.
Oh,
I do agree that there are parts of the Bible where it's okay to have that men have a wife and then they have a midwife. Yes.
Is that okay today though?
Today it doesn't seem like it's okay, but I mean I'd be fine with it.
Let's say for an example, because I understand that the society we live in doesn't accept that in most
Well,
places.
I mean
I
Wait,
do.
wait, let me
in
finish real quick.
today's technically in today's
Hold
society.
on, real quick. I didn't finish the statement.
Okay.
I understand
Never mind.
that, but I was going to ask, but say for an example, if somebody did go out and do that today, would God have a problem with
No, I don't think he would.
So
it?
how
All
you
right,
gonna
well,
say
that's the right answer.
how you gonna say what am I talking about then? And we literally talking about
I,
the
I
same
don't
thing.
I don't think she's like understanding what you're talking about.
Because I'm not understanding what you're talking
Like how
about.
you went with that. I think.
All right,
Anyways,
what part about what he said are you having a hard time with? Just to clarify.
I don't know. I'm just having a hard time understanding him.
everything I'm saying it plain as day. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Is it plain as day? Because it doesn't seem plain as day. If
I
it was
mean,
plain as day, this white ass girl would get it.
Are you off that Henny again, Faith?
that's what I'm saying. You
No.
got a lot of bug outs,
Wait,
but
Faith, do you know that Jesus is black?
I do believe that he was dark skinned. Yes,
Does Good Servant believe that?
I think
you know,
so.
I mean, you should tell him to do a video about that,
Oh,
showing.
that'd be something. I've never heard him talk about Christ's skin color.
Well, what does it matter? What color skin he
It,
was?
I know,
it
of course
matters
he would
to
say
the
that.
Bible.
Well, then how
What do you mean?
to
Of
like
course she would
I
say
get
that.
when people say that,
Because
but
that's
then
what
again, we
Christians
got
say.
to figure out then who would the actual Jews be? You know what I'm saying? Like I think by now most of us who visit our
And
pages and stuff
and then
would
hold
agree
on. I just got
with
one thing to say though. Why?
that not all
I just
Jews
want
there are
people.
Jews.
People say color don't matter, but how the hell you gonna know who coming to save you? Well, you just want to look in the sky and like just hope that it's good for you. Like that's I don't understand that. Like if, I
What
want to
color are
know,
you? What color
He's
are you?
black. He has his profile picture right there. He's
right?
a
You can
black
look at it.
gentleman.
His profile picture is just showing him with a cell phone. Showing
Oh,
and
hold
he
on. We'll make
Can't
it
see his skin color.
big screen.
Make
Yeah.
it big screen.
Okay. So he's a black dude. Okay. Does that matter?
But nobody's black. Nobody's black though. I just want to say
Does that
like that
matter
just
to
so.
anyone? Does that matter to you, ETT?
It,
Does that matter
well,
to you, Jay?
I mean, that's not the point. I mean, but
Who gives
Christ
a
came.
fuck what color your skin is?
Why you being a yo? Look, you gotta calm your spirit down. What are you cursing for?
Who
Nobody
cares
has cursed on.
Because who cares what color you are?
I mean, it wasn't even about me. It was
Doesn't
about
fucking
Christ.
matter.
But look, the point of the matter is Christ is black, and that just proves more who the Jews are according to the Bible. Because if you don't,
Did I
if you
not
thought,
just say I believe Jesus Christ was black? Or
yeah,
at
that's
least
good. That's a good.
or at least I said I believe he was dark skinned.
Right, that's cool. That's good. That's a good thing. But now you knowing that it matters because now you know who to look for when he returns. You know that there's no white person
That
coming out of
doesn't
the sky.
matter.
It
Wait,
does.
let me chime in real quick.
That doesn't
You know how
matter.
guys are talking about, say for an example, if they did somehow have a hologram that they could put in the sky with this blue beam, right?
Well, Matthew
Bring that up.
24 talks about that.
Yeah. Now, say for an example, if they were to make a hologram of a white Christ coming back on white puffy clouds, that would deceive the entire world, other than the few
Well,
of
we
us that
already
know
know
that's
that's
not true.
biblical. It's going to happen.
Well, not from your understanding, but we understand that Christ returns on UFOs. So that's where the disconnect comes in.
Oh,
Because
we
they
got
obviously,
Iger television up here.
all right, let me bring him up.
Oh, I didn't. Oh shit! I think you removed him.
Here, hold
Oh
on.
no, you got him. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Iger, can you hear us?
Yeah. I just muted myself. My bad. I forgot to
All
mute
right,
you.
cool. What's up, man?
Not much, bro. Just getting home, tuning in, and yeah.
Okay,
How do you
that's
guys?
good.
I
That's
missed
good.
y'all, man.
I got something to ask you real quick. I asked you this before, but I don't know if you changed your position. Are you still of the position that nuclear weapons don't exist?
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
wow.
You don't believe they exist? So what are they
That's
showing
crazy.
on so what are they spending all of this money on that they spend on their military budgets? Well, what does all that money go to if this weaponry is fake?
That's a good
In
question.
their pockets, bro. In their pockets, bro.
Yeah.
Well, their pockets are already overflowing.
That's a
They're
good
about
question.
that. More pockets. They just keep robbing
No.
us
So
left and right.
so what do they spend the money on though?
What do
If
they
they're not
spend the
spending
money?
hundreds of billions of
It's been
dollars
going
on
to Ukraine.
Yeah, it goes to
There
Ukraine.
are no nuclear weapons. That is bullshit.
Wait, but how do you know though?
I don't know. I
Wait,
think
but if you don't know, then how can you say that they don't exist?
it.
Wait, but how do you know though?
I don't know. I
Wait,
think
but if you don't know, then how can you say that they don't exist?
Now, I will say that there is something that I've been seeing some stuff like they're taking,
I'm not saying they
stuff
don't have
to
weapons.
New York
I'm
or
just
whatever.
saying.
Wait. Hold on. How is there no nuclear weapons? All you gotta do, first of all, China.
Whoa,
They literally,
wait.
they literally
Hold up.
They literally just posted. They
If there
literally
were
just
nuclear,
posted on.
if
Hold on.
there
I'm not
were,
done talking. I'm not done
Wait,
talking.
let
You
him
interrupted
finish.
me.
I'm not done talking either. If there were nuclear weapons, why would they
Well, how you just
publish
gonna
them?
cut me off?
Why would they?
Well, nuclear
Why would
weapons
they
is Bible
let you
prophecy.
know? Why would they even fucking let you know about them?
Because it puts
Nuclear
fear into
weapons is
people.
nuclear weapons is Bible prophecy. Anyways, nuclear weapons is in the Bible.
Wait,
Sure.
let me answer
I
something.
don't
Wait,
want to be a dick, but like if like people, I don't mind swearing, but like could you like probably use it like every hour if you're gonna like say it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's a good idea.
sorry, Faith.
No swearing.
It's
Oh,
like
I'm
Nah,
sorry.
Wait,
swearing.
Faith, let me just answer something real quick.
Expand your
You made a
vocabulary.
statement and said why would they,
Jay, I'm sorry.
you said
no,
something
you're
along the
good.
lines of why would they, have
I used
these
to swear a
nuclear
lot too.
But the reason why is, for one, that would put fear into the population that there's weapons that exist that can wipe the entire, state off the map in seconds. That puts fear into people. So that's one reason. That's how
I
you
feel
can
like
control the population.
personally, it's so easy to just know that nuclear missiles is real. It's not a game. I don't know. I don't even know who came up with that theory that it was fake. They're gonna
Well,
shoot these
I know
nuclear
Eric
missiles at
Evangelist
America.
believes in that.
These missiles gonna hit America.
Yeah, I originally
And
heard
they
it from Eric Dubay, but there was after like watching his video, I watched like a bunch of other videos. So basically, the main gist of the nuclear weapon hoax, I'll just tell you, just so you know, anyways, whether you agree with it or not, is back in the World War II, 1945 era, they supposedly bombed Japan, and then well, the whole thing was in the Cold War, right? They always had these big bad America, big bad Russia. In the 70s, they went ahead and destabilized all of the Asian countries. Create a little left side, right side, so these proxy wars, and then at the end, the Illuminati bankers won, right? So now you can go to Vietnam, use your visa, no problem. The whole goal is to get to a one world currency. So in the
So I
80s,
got
they
I
did
got
the
a
same
question
thing
for
in
you.
Latin America. Wait, hold on, let me finish though. Give me 60 seconds. So in the 80s, they went to America, same thing. Russia, Russia's gonna bomb, or America, whatever. We got this war. We don't want it to escalate to a nuclear war. So they kept doing this over and over, to the point that they're still doing it. Right now, we're in the Ukraine, and it's still the same scenario. They've been doing it since the 70s with the whole, America and Russia on one side. They're going to blow each other up. So they have to go and destabilize all the economies of the whole entire world. That way we can get to this, where we're at now, where you can use your Visa card just about everywhere you want in the world.
So you don't think that, say for an example, hypothetically, okay, but hypothetically, right, if America and Russia were to go to war tomorrow, you don't believe that Russia could actually blow America up?
We've been at war since the World War II ended, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. We've been at war with Russia. In the 70s, Vietnam, that was Russia funds one side, America funds the other one.
Okay, I understand.
Latin America,
I understand
all
that.
through the 80s.
I understand.
Everywhere, bro.
Okay, now I understand that, but how does that prove that nuclear weapons don't exist?
Well, we never seen them. All we saw was a couple of videos.
We never seen them. I can show you. I can send you pictures of
1945. You can see the pictures.
But the 1945. Wait a second. The 1945. That was not a nuclear bomb.
Right.
You can do the research on it. That was a.
What was it?
Wait, how do they? So what is the video?
What was 1945? That was the end of World War II when they bombed Japan twice. So I mean, it wasn't a nuclear bomb. They just carpet bombed them, and they showed us a bunch of bomb plumes. To the point that
all of the pictures. So all of the pictures online of nuclear weapons, that's all fake.
What happened?
So you're saying that all of the pictures on Google, on the internet, and video footage, that's all fake?
I lost 8 subs.
We can look at some video footage real quick, because I'm sure you've seen the video. You brought it up, but even that Eric Dubé video in 10 minutes, he goes over how fake this was. It's like,
wait a second.
A lot of
you're talking about
just like wait. But you're saying we got videos, and of the moon. I mean, the moon landings being real. We got videos of a Mars rover.
Hold on.
But you know better than that.
Iger, hold on a second. Don't miscredit what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, say for an example, we have video footage that we can see is in real life that's not CGI of these weapons, right? Now, I understand going by the moon mission.
Let's see it. Hey, pull it up, bro. Pull it up. Put a link. I'll share it. Put a link, whatever you think is going on. Put it up. Let's see it. Let's watch it.
No, he's saying he could pull it up.
Let's do it. Pull it up, bro.
Pull it up.
Let's watch a video.
Somebody, but I mean, somebody could share their screen. I mean, so this is my only question. So what are the videos of them testing these hypersonic missiles? Them shits is like, actually, how do you even make something that fake that's going that fast?
How do you get to the moon 237,000 miles away? And
we don't believe that.
I know you guys don't believe that, but you can see how easily that can be a fake. So just because they tell you they got these missiles, they don't have to have these missiles.
ETC?
Okay, so you believe that say for an example, China was recently testing their missiles, right? So the footage we have of that's all fake, right?
Bro,
ETC,
I mean, I'm not saying missiles are fake. All right.
Yo, what's up?
Missiles are fake than to say nuclear weapons are fake.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay. Now, Iger,
You guys take care. Thank you for having me on.
Take care. No problem.
Yep. Now, Iger, you also believe that you also believe dinosaurs are fake too, right?
Well, I would say most dinosaurs are fake, because some of them were real. Like we have like that carving in the temple in Cambodia, Angkor Wat or whatever. They had like some type of dinosaur, stegosaurus looking thing. And then we got some paintings too. But like the few dinosaurs that did exist before 1842. So
oh wait, you're of the idea that dinosaurs don't exist.
They were called dragons. Most of them, you see Jurassic Park.
Yeah, we get that. Yeah. But are you saying that in a larger aspect, dinosaurs never existed?
I'm saying.
Is that what you're alluding to?
What I'm gonna tell you what I believe real quick, because I'm not saying all dinosaurs didn't exist, because I do believe there was some not a brontosaurus. I forget what the smaller ones are. Brontosaurus. I think they even said those didn't exist anymore. Like I remember talking to an atheist, and he's like, "Nah, those weren't real. They were fake, or not fake, but they didn't exist, whatever." So there were some dinosaurs. I'm saying, but a lot of these dinosaurs that we get presented in our movies and TV shows, they found a tooth or a giant leg bone, like a giant. It could have been a giant human. It could have been a giant chicken, because there was Noah's flood was about 4,400 years ago, and I think you guys agree to that. And back then, everything used to grow bigger. So these evolutionists, they find these huge bones. They're like, yeah, dinosaurs, they used to be big reptiles, now they're big birds. So they're basically telling us that there was big birds back then, and they changed their mind throughout time. And they did it all.
Well, I mean, that's what a dragon is, though, basically. Wouldn't you say that? Because they flew?
Yeah.
Wait, but you say that T-Rexes are fake, right?
I would say a T-Rex was probably a big chicken, bro.
Okay, but what do you think about like the excavation videos we have where they excavate the skeleton.
You ain't gonna find any such thing, brother.
Oh,
I look for it. You can't find it.
I mean,
Go for it.
I could find I'm sure I could
Go
find
for it.
hundreds of videos
Yeah,
on the
you
internet.
can't
I can
find
send
one,
you.
bro. You can't even
Okay,
find one, bro.
let me ask you something. I know you believe in
Of
the
a
giant
T-Rex, not of a
skeleton.
T-Rex. Like I said, you might find
Okay.
you might find other animals, but not a T-Rex, bro. Because when I looked into this
Okay.
T-Rex thing, like the Eric's debate video, I saw that like 3 years ago, right? And
Yeah,
and then he says no complete skeleton has ever been found. So I'm like, let me go look this up. And sure enough, recently at the time, it was like I guess 2018, maybe around that time. So somebody, okay, yeah, we found a complete T-Rex skeleton, and the story's so sketchy. Some, again, like you figured, like it's a group of dino hunters that go out look for dinosaurs. They got to find something to get funding for the next year. But so they go out, they couldn't find anything. They're heading back, disappointed. They decide to stop at a gas station, and this lady goes to the back of the gas station, and then lo and behold, she while everybody's using the bathroom, or whatever, getting gas, she just stumbles upon the first complete T-Rex skeleton ever found. So it's just so stupid,
Is
bro.
this a true story, or are you just like?
True story. 4 years ago, I was looking. Let me see if this is true. That no complete skeleton of a T-Rex has ever been found. So I looked it up, and there was one that was found recently. And then the story is so riddled with like controversy, but it's such you can't even you can't make that stuff up, bro. Like, yeah, just go.
Do you know
let's go
that there was
you can't find any. And then on the way back, we stopped at a gas station, and this lady just went behind the gas station and found the first ever complete T-Rex skeleton.
Okay, now there's over in Israel, right over in Jerusalem, there was a stone that they found. I can send you the pictures of this stone, but it's a horse on it, and there's a massive creature that's biting down on this horse, right? So the horse fell to its knees in pain. Now, if you look at this stone, and you can look it up, it looks like a T-Rex is biting the back of this horse.
Yeah, I seen that. They called it a dragon.
Yeah, and I hold to I do hold to that they were dragons because they're all over our mythology. So, like I said, I do believe what you would call dinosaurs, which the word dinosaur didn't exist before 1842. They were all called dragons, every big lizard. A few did exist, but not all the stuff were presented in our cartoons and movies.
Okay, so what kind are we presented with today that would be fake, other than the T-Rex?
I would say probably the T-Rex is fake. And I would say a lot of these things were big chickens, big ducks, big ostriches, and they find like a leg bone.
Can you name more than one? Can you name more than one that's fake?
I think most of them are fake. Like the few that are real, I think they're in our mythology. So like the dragons of mythology, I think we had like maybe. Plus we got the big lizards too to consider. Like even the lizards used to be bigger before the flood. So like they got this flying lizard that's still alive today. It's called the Draco lizard. It's just not that big, but you know what I mean. That could have been 100 times bigger back then.
What about the sauropod dinosaur? Is that fake?
I think that's the one that looks like a bronchosaurus, but I think that one's real because I've seen like a painting from like it seemed like it was like around the 1500s where because there's still a lot. There's a few stories of dragons being alive with man. Like Marco Polo recounts a story of when he went to Asia, one of the kings or whatever they call them, people over there. He had a chariot and it was being pulled by some dragons. So there is some mythology with dragons, but it's not a lot. It's not like like for evolution to work, they needed like thousands of different species of dinosaurs, maybe even hundreds of thousands of different species of dinosaurs. But that's not the case. The whole evolution is a lie. The concept of the Jurassic era is a lie. So everything before the flood just used to be bigger.
Now hold on a second.
Now, with that after the flood, but after
hold on a second.
Something changed the atmosphere. So yeah, go for it.
Okay. You made a statement that said the Jurassic era, is fake because that goes along with evolution. Right now with the same line of reasoning, right? When I go to school, I'm told that the sun is 93 million miles away from the Earth. I know that's not true from my own experiments and reasoning. Now, just because they lied to me about how far away the sun is, of course, that doesn't mean that the sun is fake. Obviously, the sun is real. So what I'm correlating here is I could agree with you that the period they called Jurassic period, maybe they made that period up, but that doesn't mean that these creatures did not exist on the Earth at some point in time.
Well, because you don't believe in giants, do you? I think that's the problem.
No, he does. He's mentioned that he believes in giants.
Hold on a second. I do believe that there were men who lived in the past who were 15 to 20 feet tall. There's plenty of evidence that exists to support that there were, as we would call, giants.
Right. So if an evolutionist, evolutionists came across a giant leg, what would they make of it? They would make up some type of dinosaur with it. They're not gonna say, oh yeah, there was giants. You know what I mean? So this is where a lot of these dinosaurs come from. They find a tooth and they make up a whole animal, and that's just the way it is. They hardly ever find complete skeletons of anything.
Well, I mean, so going back to the dinosaurs, right? I mean, there's other evidence that exists, like say for an example, the Acambaro figurines. Have you ever heard of those?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do believe a few existed. And again, I give a credit to like the mythology too when it talks about dragons. And then without even mythology, you got some historical records that mention dragons. And the young Earth creationists have great videos putting those together. I could probably pull one up if you want, but like you're saying, those stones.
By the way, how old do you think the Earth is?
Yeah, I hold to a 6,000 years old because I hold to it was made in 6 days. But I know you hold to like a 12,000-year-old Earth because you give it like 1,000 years for every day of creation, pretty much. And that's okay by me. I don't really care, but we can have a 6 day versus a 6,000-year creation. But it's kind of like the same concept. We don't believe on this whole evolution nonsense. I don't know if you do actually. I guess you would a little bit because you give instead of creation, but it's kind of like the same concept. We don't believe on this whole evolution nonsense. I don't know if you do actually. I guess you would a little bit because you give instead of day 3 the trees were created, day 4 the sun, moon, and stars were created, day 5.
Wait a second. You made a statement and said that it's Bible Defender. I'll let you chime in a second. But you made a statement and said that I kind of a little bit in a way would be subscribing to the theory of evolution. Could you elaborate on that? How we're somehow alluding to having some type.
I mean, it's not the same. You're right. I take it back. I retract. I don't think
I just and I had another question, but not really a question. I'm gonna ask the question, but pertaining to nuclear missiles and it being a part of prophecy, that's not really what I'm getting at. But when did you subscribe to the idea that fully convinced in your mind that they were fake? Because the first time I heard about nuclear weapons being used for a purpose, the purpose I heard, and then when I did certain research and looked into certain things. The purpose of nuclear weapons was they was literally using nuclear weapons to break the firmament. So
yeah, that's actually right. That's a good point. What did they call it? They called it
Operation High Jump.
Right. No. High Jump was that was for Antarctica.
No, it's Operation Fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
It's like a branch of Operation.
There's a couple of them they did down there.
Right. So when I was doing Operation Fishbowl.
Right. So
that is a good point. So Iker, how would you say they don't exist when they were sending nuclear missiles up there to break through it?
Right. That was the whole purpose. That's when I knew that they was 100% real. Now I would say, I've heard people say the reason why they don't subscribe that they're actually gonna use them, because I deal with a lot of if you got big shoot, you know what I'm saying? I deal with a lot of people. So people they're not gonna use them because they basically want to live a certain way and they're all in cahoots, they all you got this dude Zelensky and you got this dude Putin, having dinner with each other, like they're not bombing each other's damn province. But
right.
So
they've been best
they're
friends
all
throughout the whole thing. That's what you see it. You've seen that picture, right? So you've seen the videos.
Right. Exactly. But, so they're all friends. But I'm trying to say, let me finish. I'm trying to say, so they're all friends and things of that nature. So it's people's they're not gonna really use that because they're all friends. So that's why they're never going to use it. But when I look at the prophecies in the Bible, they're going to use it because that's what the Lord wants them to use those missiles for. So my question to you is, what will be those? What are they? What was they sending up to the firmament? What was that? What happened?
Just big bombs. Like the whole concept of nuclear bombs is that you can literally get nothing to explode. Like you're just exploding an atom. So it's basically a big bang in the bomb or something. And that's
what's going on in Ukraine right now?
I don't think that's possible.
What's going on there? What's going on in Ukraine right now?
They're just shooting each other with regular bullets and regular bombs.
You mean they're actually using missiles though?
Yeah, I believe in missiles, but they have to have some type of payload for it to explode. They're not nothing explodes
so how is that these
exploding
missiles
is ridiculous, bro. They gotta have
so how is these missiles able to destroy buildings and millions of people?
That's never been the case. That's never been the case. It's never been the case that they blow up millions of people. They blew up like a city, and it's like the carpet bomb did, which is basically they dropped a bunch of little bombs on it, and then they superimposed the pictures. If you want, I can play that. You haven't seen this video? Just look up "Nuclear Bomb Hoax" by Eric Dubay. It's like 4 minutes long, and I don't really
care for Eric Dubay.
Yeah.
People who don't really preach about Christ in some kind of way, I kind of, to be honest, I
stopped watching him because of that, bro. When he came out with his Jesus Never Existed video, I was like, there's something wrong with this guy. But with his flat Earth stuff, a lot of it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. I'll give Eric Dubay credit because I've known about him for years. Because I was into the flat Earth since 2016. So
Yeah.
I've read one of his book, right, The Flat Earth Conspiracy. I'll give him credit. He has a lot of good
Yeah,
information.
he does his thing on that, but he goes
matter,
off on a lot of things.
but then it goes off on certain subject matters. So
Here's the
gotta
video
take
that
it
I'm
easy.
playing. It's the video from Eric Dubay, right? And here they got video footage of these people just stacking dynamite and saying it's for a nuclear test.
Yo,
And then
hold on a
shooting
second.
on the other
Did
side,
you
and
ever
then
see? Did you
they're
ever
stacking
see
on the
that
other side.
video? Did you ever see that video from Joe Rogan when he had that paleontologist on there and they reacted to the video that Eric Dubay did about dinosaurs being fake?
I watched the whole thing. That one I did. Yeah.
Would you
2
say that
hours,
the
bro.
guy
This
on there?
guy was unemployed paleontologist. Like I don't even know. Like they picked the worst
So
paleontologist.
you would think that he was lying about what he's saying, right?
He's
Because he
misinformed,
actually
bro.
has experience of digging up these remains, right?
Bro, the dude literally said, I don't have a job right now.
But does that mean he didn't have one before?
He's like he looked like just some
Okay. If
tattoo
I
artist
say
at a
for an
bar or
example,
something that they picked up.
wait a
You know,
second.
I don't know if he's lying or not, bro. I never
Okay.
cared
Hold
to
on a
research
second,
it.
brother. Hold on a second. I myself am unemployed right now at this moment in time, right? But that doesn't mean that prior I had a job, right? So same thing with him. That doesn't mean that he's lying about, he used to have a job in paleontology, but maybe he doesn't have it right now, but it doesn't mean he did not before.
What I'm saying is this, bro. Like that guy talked. That was like a 3 hour. No, it was like a 2 hour live stream, I think. And while he was on, and the video was like 20 minutes long, bro. Like they wouldn't even let him say like a sentence without interrupting him.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
If you could watch, well, I don't know. It'd probably be hard to find that, but yeah, you could.
Well, I've watched.
I know I was watching the thing. Like I was like, man, just let the video play. Like just wait.
But they did let the video play. They let it play for 2 minutes,
bro.
and then they pulled it and comment on it though.
Nah, they would play like 2-3 words, and then the dude would jump in and say how
So
this
I got a
guy's
question. I got a
crazy,
good
thinks
question.
Earth is flat.
So what do you-
paleontology? I went to school. Go ahead.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like if you see like nuclear missiles actually hit America, what are you gonna do?
Like I said,
Because it's actually coming, whether you believe it or not.
Show me where it's at in the Bible, because I went through this with ETT one time, and all he could pull was there was going to be arrows fired somewhere, and arrows could just.
I'll show you one. I'll show you one. Revelation chapter 17, start at verse 16 on down. Can you grab that?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up.
Okay. Now, when we read this scripture, if our understanding is incorrect, it would be on you to explain to us how you perceive this to happen. Because from our understanding, when we read about her getting burned by fire, it obviously looks like they're using these nuclear weapons from our understanding. So let's read this, and if our understanding is incorrect, enlighten us on why you might see different.
All right, gotcha. Revelation 17, verse 16.
Read to verse 18. Start at Revelation chapter 17, verse 16 to verse 18.
16 to 18?
Yeah.
I think you got it wrong, but I'm going to read it. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
Now, do you know who the 10 horns is?
For me, the 10 horns, for me, the 10 horns represent 10 kingdoms. So it could be talking about the best way I've heard it explained is the United Nations actually has like 10 revolving seats, and I want to say
right. Okay.
So for me,
right,
it's in the United Nations. It's kind of like the beast. The beast is talking about like the kingdoms that come together at the end here, and we're literally there. But it says, all right, yeah. So and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Right,
for
exactly.
God has put it in their hearts to fulfill His will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Right. Now it says that these kings are going to burn her with fire. Now, how does a nation burn another nation with fire?
Man, at this point, you could use regular missiles, or like I said, they carpet bombed Japan, right? So it's
hold on, wait, time out. I just want not to cut you off. But how is that going to make America desolate though? You know what the word desolate means, right?
It's like a desert, like
exactly.
Broken down.
Exactly. So how is those little bombs going to make America totally desolate?
Yeah. I mean, hell, man. If you look at some of this video footage, man, it takes one missile to take down like one building, maybe half of a apartment complex. So you're telling me they're going to make this place desolate with those? Come on.
We're talking about a city. We're talking about one city here, just right? Like.
No, we're talking about America.
The city's talking about America in Revelation. That's that great city. Wait, so you think it's actually one city?
Well, wait, are you the dude that said you think Mystery Babylon is actually New York, or who says that?
Hell out of here.
well, to me, Mystery
But
Babylon.
no, I think that's Mike.
Yeah, well, Mystery Babylon, I think it is. It might be New York, right? Because they talk about but I think Mystery Babylon is bigger, right? Like it involves the
Oh,
Roman
okay, yeah, then
Empire
it
and
was
all
you.
the values and
Hold
whatnot.
on, my thing is, hold
But
on.
when
I
it
just
talks
want to
about Bible
make
passage, what's the Bible passage where it
18
talks
is
about
gonna help you.
that great city?
The
Read
great
verse
city.
18.
Well, there's a couple of them. There's one in there's a couple of them. There's one that we just read. There's one in
Wait,
Revelation
hold on.
11 verse
Let's
8.
slow down. You read
Yeah.
Revelation 8. Read the 18th verse again. So you telling me New York City reigns over the kings of the earth?
No,
Exactly. So it's not.
no,
So,
it doesn't, bro.
exactly. So it's not Babylon. It's not no damn New York City. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of wickedness going. I live in New York City. I live in probably the most wickedest borough ever. But
You need to
this
get out of
ain't.
there, bro.
Look,
'Cause, whatever. You need to get out of there, bro.
I mean, no,
There's
I don't
something
need
in
to
New
get out
York
of
for
here.
sure, bro. You need to get out of there, bro.
I know. I don't need to get
Come
out
to
of here.
Florida, bro. Florida's nice.
No.
It's getting expensive.
I'm good. I'm good here, and the reason why I'm good here because whatever is gonna happen is sanctioned by the Most High. So I'm not. At least you be happily trying to fight against the Most High, Yahweh. So we're not trying to fight against the Most High. We
Right.
live in.
We're hoping that we're called up into that salvation. So yeah, other guys, with that flea doctrine as they call it, right? They're
Right, that's that.
leaving to go somewhere
Brother.
else.
That's what I'm saying. You don't got faith. You in that flee spirit, brother. Talking about flee to Egypt to escape the destruction. Man, brother, you can't flee. When the nuclear missiles hit America, I can't say, well, I'm going to Florida. To escape the
Florida,
destruction.
bro.
Or when,
Oh, wait a second. Did you guys
Come to
see that
Houston.
when this cat? Wait a second. What's this dude? Brother Polite, right? Brother Polite went down with one of the GMS camps, and he told him, "Hey, look, man, when those missiles are coming over here, I'm just gonna hop on the plane and I'm gonna all escape the missiles." Is basically what that demon was on there saying.
All right, and I got a question. Igor TV. What are you going like? The Bible speaks about a global famine. What do you think about that?
I'm with you on that, bro.
So when a global famine, right. So it's about to be a global famine. What's the point of going to damn Florida?
Around the corner.
Still believe the lies after this person done literally told you what they, what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like to do. I like to leave you with no choice but to say these people is just wicked. There ain't nothing I could do. Like I posted a video earlier. You got these people. They literally got the children in the classroom wearing masks, eating crickets.
Yeah.
So that's the future for your children. That's the future for your children. Eating crickets and wearing masks.
That's another repetition I've been seeing a lot lately is the promotion of eating insects for some reason. Like they're gonna make meat obsolete, and the only thing that they're gonna resort to is making us eat like crickets and bugs and shit.
Right. That's what Klaus Schwab said.
I've been seeing that a lot lately. Yeah, that's who said it.
Right. The World Economic
Forum. It's funny, like you say that, because you can show these people, like, look, you can show them videos of Klaus Schwab saying, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. You could talk about Agenda 2030 on the UN website, or the Rockefeller Lockstep plan on the Rockefeller website or whatever, and they're like, they don't get it, bro. They think you're just making stuff up. I'm like,
hey, I got something to ask you, Iger. Would you be in agreement with us that we're living in hell?
Nah, I think this place can be both hell and heaven, bro. But I would say,
but you still believe. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say right now, we're definitely going into the end times. But if you could get off grid, like my man.
Wait, but hold on a second. So you're saying that hell can be a condition here, but you still believe that there's a place where people go and burn, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I don't think this is hell. I just said that like if you're in the middle of a war zone, that would definitely feel like hell, right? But you could be in a cabin with your beautiful wife.
This is not hell where you could be walking with your baby and your baby could just get shot in the head by a stray bullet. But this is not hell. Are you kidding me? So look, I'm gonna say this humbly.
You've been pushed into like cities to where these things happen. But if you live by yourself, off the grid in like non-populated area.
That's the point. You shouldn't have to live like that in general. That's the point of the Lord bringing peace to the earth. But not only that, on a deeper level, some of you people are literally sick, and I really think a lot of you people are disgusting people. And I'm not saying it's just you. A lot of you people are really disgusting. Like when you hear stories like that, and they just say, I could go live or go off the grid, or if you live here, it's a little bit better. If you had $1 billion, it just shows like you people don't really care about other people, and you people are really nasty. And I'm not saying
a good impression, man.
I'm not just saying. I'm not saying just you, but a lot of you people, y'all gotta start taking account of like how other people are living in their living condition situation, bro. This is hell, bro. This is it's no way, bro. First of all,
it's gonna get worse. I'll say that it's gonna be a lot worse. as time
Right, right.
progresses till Jesus Christ comes back.
So a global famine, that doesn't prove this is hell. Like, what do you people need to see that this is hell?
Well,
just like you said, people don't want to wake up. What else do you niggas need to see to wake up? The next thing you see, it ain't gonna be good. Well, just like you said, people don't want to wake up. What else do you niggas need to see to wake up? The next thing you see, it ain't gonna be good.
If you were to go back like 1,000 years before like all these governments were established by the devil, but if you go back 1,000 years where people just kind of
wait, what do you mean by established by the devil?
Yeah, all these governments established by the devil. But if you go back 1,000 years where people just kind of if you were to go back like 1,000 years before like all these governments were established by the devil, but if you go back 1,000 years where people just kind of
established by the devil?
Yeah, all these governments were established by the devil. But if you go back 1,000 years where people just kind of
established by the devil?
Yeah, all these governments. That's why the devil takes Jesus to a high mountain and says, "If you worship me, I'll give you all these kingdoms," because he already had control of the kingdoms. Because the whole government thing is it's kind of like what the devil does. He sets up governments that we
Iger, hold on just 1 second. Let me just chime in real quick on this. We read earlier in Revelation 17 where the Lord put it into their minds to fulfill His will. Also, Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1: "The heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord, and as the rivers of water, turn it whatsoever He wills." So, could you tell me what you mean by Satan set them up? Because our ideology would be that God set up these empires on earth. So we have a different idea on that.
So what do you make of like when the devil takes Jesus to a high mountain and shows him all the kingdoms of the earth, and then he says, "If you worship me, all these things will be yours." What do you make of that?
It's literally,
if the devil didn't set them up. Now, I would say that God allowed them to set them up, but ultimately the devil is the one that set them up. God just allowed the devil to do what he did. That way, he's
so wouldn't it still be God who did it? Because Satan got permission from God to do it. So wouldn't God give the final say?
No, I would say Satan did it. God just didn't. God just let him do it.
But Satan can't do anything without the Most High giving him the authority to do so, though.
I would say that he allows him to do some stuff, because even like when Sodom and Gomorrah became,
he allows him to do everything. Basically, is that
he can stop him whenever he wants to. But the thing is, us as people that got free will, we get the choice to either.
Free will.
He can stop him whenever he wants to. But the thing is, us as people that got free will, we get the choice to either.
Free will.
Free will. Yeah, we got free will. You got.
No, man, we don't. We've mentioned this already, Iger. We don't have free will.
We don't.
I'll give you an example, Iger. Here's a good one. So I actually got this from an atheist. Hold on. Let me sit up.
There's no free will all over the Bible. There's no such thing as free will.
So the argument is that Christians teach that we have free will, and Islam teaches that too. They also teach a physical hell realm existence, burning for eternity. And in that kind of aspect is that if we have prophecy that's supposed to be fulfilled, in the meantime, how would there be room for free will when most of this is already determined? Now we already have room for what they call it is light determination, where we can like pick, if we want to go to school, or like what we're going to do with our lives, like in the meantime, or like if I want to get something to drink or go to the store, light determination, like, oh, I'm gonna join the army, or basically that type of shit. But if shit's already determined, how is there room for free will? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense.
And then when you read Proverbs 20,
you got the choice to join the army, you got the choice not to join the army. Like,
that's more of light determination. That's not a main impact.
Well, that's
I like the minor Shareg's analogy on this.
You got the choice to kill
what does he say?
You got the choice to walk away.
This is the minor Shareg's.
Or you got the choice not to steal something. You got the choice to follow the devil and get all the riches of the world and do all the bad evil stuff.
Okay, real quick, and the devil let you continue. But minor Shareg's ideology when it comes to this is I totally agree with him on this. Take for example, right? If we're in a car, we cannot change the direction the car is going, right? That's all determined where it's going. We have no choice to change that. That represents our life. But in the car, we can do little. Wait, just let me finish. But in the car, we can do things such as turn on the AC, roll the windows down, adjust our seats. We can do stuff like that. So that's a wait. Hold on. You'll see the analogy when I finish. So how this correlates with our life is our life goes in one direction. We can't change that. That's in God's hands. But you have little choices you can make, such as what shoes you put on, what clothing you decide to wear, and what sunglasses you put on, right? Little stuff like that you have a choice to do. But as far as the direction your life goes, that's already predetermined. So I like his analogy on that. You can finish.
And hold on, even just think about this part real fast. Like, how is it that, like,
if that was the case, why would the devil even bother to tempt Jesus? Why would he offer him the kingdoms of the world? Why, if you didn't have a choice? So for me, like all those things you're talking about, it's irrelevant. Like I would say your free will, because I do say like the book of
let me
Revelation says all these things are going to happen. So that's where your determination comes in. These things are going to happen.
Let me respond
no matter
to
what
this
you
real
do.
quick.
But you got the choice.
Now, Iger, you
to,
believe in
follow God
Christ,
or
right?
follow the devil. That's your free will.
Okay, now let me respond to this real quick. So you believe in Christ, and you believe in the prophecies about how Christ would have to come on, and be sacrificed for his people. You would believe in that, right? You'll see why I'm asking. Just confirm for
me. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Now we see in what is that, Matthew the 26th chapter, right, where Christ was in the garden, and he prayed to his Father, saying, "If it be thy will, let this cup pass from me, but nevertheless, let your will be done." Right. So
I got
it was
another one.
already
You just made me think. Hold
predetermined
on, I'm
for
gonna let
him
you
to
finish.
be
I
put
got
on the
another
cross.
one. I got another one. I got another good one. What about when Yahushua said, when they was coming to prosecute him, and Pilate asked him, Pilate said, don't you think I have the power to kill you? And Yahushua said, you have no power over me unless it was given from heaven.
Oh, that's a good one.
So it ain't no such thing as free will, bro. Especially with that being said, he was basically telling Pilate, you think that you got the power to kill me right now, but it's only up to the Most High. So even Yahushua, he knew that there was no free will, because he would have never said that. He would have been like, yeah, you're right, Pilate, you actually could kill me. But no, it's all up to the Most High if you want Pilate to kill you or not. And the Most High uses people. Like when somebody does something, the Most High uses people. Like it's I get what you're saying though. I honestly do get what you're saying, because like to certain, I would say, I like how Two Letter J broke it down. Like it's like you could, like right now I could open my refrigerator and I could close it. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But even in that, the scriptures say in Proverbs 20 and 24, men's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So that's another cut to free will, but that's not the point. I get what you're saying. Like I can open the refrigerator, I can close it back. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing is you don't have control over your life, and that's in the book of Ecclesiastes. You don't have no power over your spirit to retain the spirit. Roughly paraphrasing. But if you about to get hit by a car, ain't nothing you could do. Like only thing you could do is hope to the Lord that He don't kill you, and He get you out of that situation. There's no power in certain situations, so that's another thing that kind of cuts free will. So, but I understand it's free will in a sense, but it's not like to the deepest.
Ultimately, you got to worship.
Yeah, there's people that refer to it as light determination.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what I picked up on.
Yeah, I like light determination.
I don't know what that means, bro. But so I'm gonna say that you have
determination. Stuff is already determined. You can determine situations. Well, instead of a full-on determination, plot theory or whatever you want to label it, you have small individual tasks. That's what you could do as light determination. So like while you're like, as ETT said, while you're maybe you're driving to the grocery store from your house. That would be determined that you're going to the grocery store anyway. But in the meantime, like say you got to go pick up your kid from like school or something, you can determine, you can either not go pick him up, or you could just go straight to the grocery store, or you could go pick him up. And between picking him up and not picking him up, that would be a sort of light determination right there. You can avoid the whole, situation, or you could go to the situation. And then from there, you could go visit somebody, and then that would be another form of light determination. But the main goal of the path is still going to the grocery store.
And another thing is like sometimes like you ever do something in your day and then you end up in a totally different place. Like I might say even times I could say, well, I want to go to work. And then sometimes you don't even go to work, you end up in a whole different situation doing something else. But you had your mind fiscated on, you know what? I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but then you wake up and you do something totally different. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many instances in life where it just feels like you just don't have control over a lot of situations, bro. So many times in my life, bro, I literally had to been the Most High getting me out of the situation or controlling the whole situation, bro. Literally, like I could point out so many situations in my life where I knew it was no way free will could even exist. Now that I know the concept of free will, is no way, because I didn't have control over a lot of situations that happen. It's crazy. I'm saying like I don't know. Like even my whole life, bro. Like
go ahead.
No, I will agree that you guys have a point with the predetermination, because some things I don't think you can change, right? But I think you got the will to choose what you're gonna do at the end of the day, and that's why and it's kind of like one of the boundaries that the devil has to play with. Like he has to leave you some room for free will, to let you choose God over following Him with all the lies.
But here we go. Wait, but here we go back to
I'm
this
not talking about
concept
driving
that
to the
the
store
devil
and running
has
into an
some type
accident,
of.
but
No, see, I agree. They're of the idea is that they don't believe that the devil has that much power.
At all.
well, who's running the show right now?
Well, God's
Well,
running the show.
we can read it. Let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 18 and verse 1. You can show you got all of the power.
Hold on, I gotta actually. I mean, I'm more about free will because I'll be listening in.
Yeah, so I agree. Like, their kind of
Or
idea is that how like
did you ever
Christ
find
would
a
be the.
video of
Hold on.
the
Can you hear me?
nuclear bomb hoax, bro? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, but I'll be listening for like 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So like what they're kind of going at you with, I'll throw you an idea. So you know how Christ would be the mediator for God and man in a kind of a good limelight, if you want to put it like that. He's referred to as the mediator. I think it's at First Timothy. I think Paul calls Christ the mediator between God and man. Um, so you could look at it like that. Without God, Christ, wouldn't really have no, like, how would you say, you know, um, motive to be
Oh, I
that
got a
mediator.
a
So
big cut to free will. I got another big cut. Christ said that in Matthew 24. He don't even know the day or hour that he's returning. Only the Most High knows the day that he's gonna return. So how is it
right.
that? How
All
is
right,
it
man.
that? Yeah. How is it that Jesus Christ doesn't even know when he's gonna return, but only the Most High knows when he's gonna return? But somehow we got all of this free will to do whatever we want, but he don't even know when he's gonna get sent to return, and he's literally getting sent to return. So
Right. And that would be like as what I was referring to, Christ does everything because, he is told to, or he was authorized to do that. He's the mediator. So you could kind of look at the devil like that too, is that sure, he could be doing shit on his own. I don't throw that idea out there at all. But most of the shit he's doing has already been, determined already to do. He's kind of like a mediator for like all the wicked shit going on too. He could be doing shit on his own. I never throw that out there. And then again, I say he for the people who believe in that idea because I think the devil is actually a female spirit, but that's a different topic.
Yo, I'm glad you said that, and I feel like you saying that. I feel like that made me put you in a different category, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you dealt with a lot of females and you're like, I'm not giving nobody ideas to go deal with a lot of females. I did that in my past. You know what I'm saying? Just due to opportunity. That's what I'm leave it at that. But the point is, if you dealt with a lot of females, a lot of these females got more of a demonic spirit than men. Their demonic level be on a higher frequency than men. I'm telling you, if you really get to know some of these females, they really on a high frequency of, like, I ran into this I was working and I ran into this Spanish woman, and she was like, we was talking about God, and it was random. Like, we just ran. I was literally on my way home, about to get on the train, and we were just talking. We chopped it up. She was telling me, how she's into witchcraft and she loved witchcraft, and how she's been doing it her whole life, and how she would never stop and this and that and third. So I asked her, I said, yo, what do you think about the fact of the matter of the whole flat earth thing, or the creation and things of that nature, and what do you think, like, does God appreciate what you're doing in terms of witchcraft? And she kind of gave that same answer. She was like, oh, we have free will, so we could kind of do whatever we want. So I don't think God is like, mad at me for and this is people logic. She said, because I've used witchcraft to heal people. You know what I'm saying? So you see how people in this world use things and that's wicked to try to use it in a positive way. That's why I said this world is just so, oh man, this world is disgusting. If you can't see this as hell, I don't know what to tell you, man. This place is like, it's upside down now.
Oh yeah, it's super.
This place,
I think we're like getting to like Sodom and Gomorrah, days of Noah. Like everything's so perverse, right? Like people.
Well, this place is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. So
right. Thou says Revelation 8, 11 and 8.
But it wasn't because after Noah's flood, he wiped them out for a little while, and then it took a little while for it to build back up to that, and then he whenever it becomes too corrupt, and I think the whole purpose is to test everybody's heart to see whether you're, like he did to Job, where he put him through so much to see whether he would still continue to follow him or just give up and say, okay, I'm joining the league with demons or whatever.
Okay, that's great. Hey, ETT, that dude I told you about, I'm supposed to interview this morning. He finally reached back to me right now. I just seen it.
Oh, what's he saying?
He's like, sorry, I forgot that we were scheduled for today. Do you want to reschedule if that's why? And I told him, yeah.
I mean, is he free right now if he wants to hop on?
Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to come on, I mean, we can stay for a little longer. Because like you said something along the lines of he believes that there's two gods in the Bible or something like that, right?
Yeah, okay, so he says you seen that video I sent you, right?
I didn't get to check it out, but I saw some stuff that you were telling.
Okay. All right, so what he teaches is that every nation has a god for them. So the Israelites had their own god, the Sumerians had theirs, the Babylonians had theirs.
That's actually true to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
right. No, and I agree with that on that portion. And then he goes to say that the God of the God that he's referring to of the Israelites isn't the same as the Most High. They're two separate gods. So he goes to say that the Lord God of the Old Testament is actually a dragon, and all these different gods that every nation has are actually dragons. And so he says that the Lord God of the Old Testament, when it refers to as the Lord God, and then it'll say the Most High sometimes. So the Most High is what he calls a primordial being. It's not the same as the Lord God, but then he also says they are the same, but then they're not the same. They operate separately, but then he says they're the same thing. So that's where I get kind of tongue tied at, because I don't think he believes in the Trinity, but then it kind of goes into that kind of idea is what I pick it up as. I could be wrong, but yeah, he says the Lord God of the Old Testament is the dragon God of Israel, and then the Most High is separate from that God.
Man, it's crazy stuff.
And I think because I was listening to a couple of his older videos yesterday to get a kind of rundown of his old shit, and I think he's mentioned that he thinks Christ is father of the Old Testament isn't the Lord God, but the Most High God, because he says that Christ's demeanor is very different from the Lord God in the Most High of the Old Testament. He says the Lord God in the Old Testament is very angry, and Christ has a very you know different demeanor. Like he's more
Right.
humble.
Well, at least he's not saying that the God of the Old Testament is Satan, like some other dudes are doing.
No, he says Satan is actually Leviathan.
Man, I never heard anything of that. I mean, that.
Yeah, I don't know what to call him, like, because he believes in the Hebrew Israelite stuff, but then he comes from like a Mormon type of idea, because he believes that actually like North America is actually Israel and like Babylon and all that, Assyria. So it's weird. I've heard this before, but like I've never looked into it. So this be like the first people to look into it.
Yeah,
in these last days, man, I've heard, well, since I've met ETT, because I probably met ETT maybe a year and like 5 months now, something like that. Not too long, but whatever. But the point of the matter is, since I met ETT, man, I've heard some weird doctrines, man. These people is like coming up with doctrines like I've never heard, just like because when I grew up, what I'm saying, like my parents or like grandparents, they regular, Christians, to go to church, Holy Ghost and all of that nonsense. Never, not nothing too deep at all, but that's not a doctrine, that's not hard to cut or nothing that they can't
Right.
get out of. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
what it seems like they're doing is they're adding like all this like mystic mythology behind it, because if I go on this guy's page, it looks very similar to this other Hebrew Israelite guy that I watch. And so I dubbed them Hebrew Israelite magicians, because they're all about like this kind of magic stuff. Because like if you look up this guy, his name's Big Judah, and he does the One West doctrine, but then he also says, so basically he takes everything from modern day Judaism that they have over there, like the Kabbalah and all that, that mystic stuff that they do with magic, and he applies that to the Hebrew Israelites. So if you go over there, you'll hear him talk about a heavenly mother, which is like Kabbalah stuff. He'll call it Shekinah, and then then he'll talk about how the Catholic Church tries to demonize all our stuff and call it bad. And what he's saying that they demonize what they call bad is all this witchcraft stuff. He's saying not all of that is bad, and it's okay to do that. But then where I get tongue tied is like in Deuteronomy, where it says don't do stuff like that. So that's my thing. I don't understand what they're going on about.
I mean, the Most High is not dealing with no witchcraft though at all. None of that astrology.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff they do. The astrology, tarot cards. They say, "Oh, that's okay to do."
No, the Most High is not dealing with that. The Most High said, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live," and that's being a witch, And the Most High is not dealing with that on a deeper level, because in terms of those like tarot card things, not only is it witchcraft, a lot of it is just like false. It's like false science. I'll give an example. Like some lady, years ago before I came to the truth, was talking about, you're gonna be a big time rapper. What the hell are you talking about? I didn't even rap. You know, so she's like, yeah, I see a future, and I see in the future that you're gonna be a rapper. What are you talking about? The Most High didn't. The Most High didn't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to know a big cut to these tarot card readers? Go up to any of them and ask them what's the end of America. They don't know, and that's what I was asking this girl that I ran into that was talking about. She know witchcraft and all that. You know, I'm asking her like, so what's the end of America since you know the future? You know, she don't know. How you don't know? I know the future for America. How you don't know? But you could go deep into the future and tell people. Look. If you know the future, you shouldn't even be doing tarot card reading no more. You should give it up because you know the future. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying? So
that's a good thing.
right. So
Never looked at it like that.
right because think about it. You know the future. So if you know what's gonna come, you will be like, damn, I gotta tell the people what's gonna come. So these tarot card readers, they're just a bunch of frauds. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what I find funny?
They're not nothing
This
deep.
cat, this cat on here, Melvin, right? He's in Discord right now. You know, I sent him a link. It's like, hey, come hop up on here with us. We're live right now. But then the whole chicken out. But then he has the balls to tell me that I'm the one that's running. Something about that just doesn't make sense.
We not ducking no action up here. You can come with your questions, comment, or smoke, as the deacon would say.
Hey, look, really, he's just an average Christian, right? He's not with polygamy. He believes that hell is a place where people burn. He believes salvation is for all people. He believes that UFOs are demonic in origin. I mean, this guy's just an average Christian, is all he is. He just calls himself a Hebrew Israelite. Is really what this dude is, man.
Yeah, I
mean,
noticed that you got
hey,
people who claim to be his Hebrew Israelites, but they're more of like Hebrew Christians.
Right,
You want to call them that?
right,
right.
correct. And the main thing about that, and the problem with that is because, you know, they have not left certain doctrines due to emotions. You know, like when you come into this thing, it's about just reading and understanding what you're reading. Like I said, it's not that hard, and I like that's why to a certain extent I respect. I got a lot of respect for the mind of God, or the mind of golf as we call them now. But
Is he coming
yeah,
back, bro? Has he been back? I
no,
haven't seen that
no,
dude
We
no,
in
haven't
no.
even heard from him.
He's not making a return, and I'm gonna tell you why he's not making a return. You know, because you know, speaking from the point of time I've spoken to him, you know what I'm saying, maybe the year or some change that I've known him, you know, a little bit of time, not that long, but um like I feel like when I met him, it was more so of you know, like somebody in their deeper form. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll give an example, like when somebody told me when I first heard about the truth, it wasn't like no doubt in my mind that everything that I was learning then was 100% true. So when I got into a certain understanding level, I understand that there's a lot of what you call actors. You know what I'm saying? So the mind of God just came to a realization that a lot of people that's teaching the Bible is actors, even the people that's so called in the truth. So he didn't want to deal with a lot of that in terms of that aspect. But where he does go off is if he knows that he's teaching something wrong, he won't double back on it because it will make him, I guess, look deceptive instead of just saying, you know what, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he was one of those people that he put his all into too much of the wrong things. Like I give an example, the dude damn gave up his house that he was living in because he thinking that Christ is going to return on his time. So the dude literally gave up his house because he believed that Christ, if Christ didn't return on a specific day that he wanted him to return, that means Christ don't love him specifically. Like what the hell you
Yo,
that?
Tony in the chat.
That's
Click the
crazy.
link, Tony. Come hop up on here.
You know what I'm saying? So he was just bugged out in certain levels and aspects. You know what I'm saying? So that's where he went wrong. But like I said, for me, I'm one of those people I just think about, and I'm not on no like crazy shit now, but I'm just on some like, bro, whatever happens, happens, bro. Like it ain't, you know, like you can't do too much about, you know, like what's going on in the world, bro. At the end of the day, it's either you. I'll give an example. Like if you atheist, you know what I'm saying? It's either you're gonna come to the realization that you believe in the Bible and the Bible makes sense, or you're gonna just disannul the Bible and say it don't make sense, or you're gonna go believe in something that's totally just retarded, like Islam or Christianity or anything else that's nonsense that's out there. So like at the end of the day, our concept of the way we believe how we're supposed to be saved, it's kind of the only thing that makes sense because we're lining everything up with just prophecy. It's making sense. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I look at it like this: if the Bible is not true, then we all fucked.
All right, we got a new challenger. Hey, what's up, Tony?
Hey, what's going on? I don't have my camera on. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Is this the first time you're on here?
I think it's on your other channel one time.
Oh, okay. But
So
just so we know, you are you a Christian?
I study the Bible.
All right, cool. What denomination would you say? Are you non-denominational?
Well, another better question: do you believe in it?
Well,
because we get people up here who say they study it, but they don't even believe in it, like David.
I believe in a lot of things of the Bible. Yes. So if you want to ask me specific questions, sure. But I've studied for a long time. I'm a believer, you know, and I'm all right questioning certain things. I'm fine with it.
All right, cool. Let's start off this thing. So what is your belief regarding hell in the Bible? Is that a place where people burn, or what's your viewpoint on it?
Oh, okay. So hell, as in a place of that's mentioned of in the Bible, right? So
go ahead.
Which verses are you talking about? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
You sound a little far away from the mic, but we can hear you. Yet.
Okay, let me move the mic a little closer. I'm used to using a. Is that better?
Let's see.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I just moved it a little closer.
All right, cool. Let's start off here. What do you think about Psalms chapter 16 and verse 10? I'll read it for you. It says, "For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption." So the question I got for you is, what does this mean here when King David says that he's in hell?
Okay, so the verse, "For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption." That's probably a prophecy about Jesus or Yeshua, however you call his name.
Prophecy?
A prophecy.
Where does that say anything about prophecy? I'm just being honest.
That's all right. That's all right. I understand why you would not see that right away. But if you do, I use Blue Letter Bible a lot, and there's a cross-reference tool. And I believe that this is one that was mentioned in the New Testament. Thou will not, as a prophecy about Jesus. Not here. It's in Acts. Acts 2:27, because thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, and neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. So in Acts 2:27, it's kind of a type of a prophecy, I guess, because it's talking. If you look in Acts,
but you know what the word prophecy means, though.
Prophecy, foretelling.
So what is that verse foretelling that's going to come to pass?
Well, the spirit of prophecy is the spirit of Christ, correct? The truth.
Yeah, but even if you're talking about this Revelation 19 and 10, you having the testimony of Jesus Christ is you prophesying things that's going to come to pass.
Okay.
So if you have the testimony, you know the prophecies of the Bible. So with that being said, Psalm 16 and 10, I'm saying it says leave. It's talking about somebody being their soul being left in hell, and the question is, are you going to leave my soul in hell? So now my question to you is, what in that is saying that anything is going to come to pass, like for the future, for that verse?
Yep. So in Psalms, how it's talking about, thou will not leave the soul in hell, and won't let the soul stay in corruption. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm trying to throw at you. If it doesn't make sense, I can change. It's not a big deal.
Well, let me bring some. This is still in Psalms. Let me bring this one. What do you think about this? This is Psalms 139, verse 8. It says, "If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there." So basically, he's saying, no matter where I go, you can't escape the presence of the Most High. But he says, if I climb up to heaven, you're there. If I make my bed in hell, you'll be there also. So I follow according to the Christian ideology that hell is a place that's the separation from the Most High, correct?
That's how some people teach it, but it could be an actual place.
Because our understanding of hell in the Bible, just to give you the foreknowledge before we talk about it more, is we believe that hell in the Bible is a condition of suffering that takes place on the physical earth that we live on. That would be our understanding of hell. We don't subscribe to a place where people, go and burn, underneath the earth. That wouldn't be what we subscribe to. Most of us that come around here, that'd be our ideology.
I do believe in a hell, and I think the hell is going to be thrown into the
that's
fire.
That's why I said most of us. I was excluding you. Excuse me.
Cool. So the way I understand it is that is a type of hell, but there is an actual place of hell, that outer darkness. I don't believe that it's in the earth. I believe that it's space. The prison for an actual place of hell, that outer darkness. I don't believe that it's in the earth. I believe that it's space. The prison for the
Do you believe in flat Earth?
Yes. Well,
wait, you said yes?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I believe in the creation versus evolution. Sure. I don't believe that it's a ball. Do you?
No, so you subscribe to like the firmament, the waters above, all the biblical creation context to it. You subscribe to that?
I couldn't say that I subscribe to all of it. People teach a lot of things.
But where
I
in
will say
space would
something.
help you?
I will say something for that real quick, if I could. Like these elitist satanic people, they worship Saturn, Jupiter, and if you ever read the book of Enoch, while he's ascending to heaven, he talks about he passes through a prison for the angels. So that is a possibility that these wandering stars that are worshipped by the satanic elite, that there's or whatever in these planets like Jupiter, Saturn. Saturn is known as Cronus, which is the father of Zeus, who's reference to Jupiter. And we got Mars, the god of war. So these whatever these lights are up there, they could be a prison for the kind of like hell for the fallen angels. All right, that's just my 2 cents.
It's curious that you know that, or at least have paid attention enough when reading. A lot of people say that, like, what Rome is the beast or whatever because of the 7 hills, but the 7 hills are named after the planets, what they worship as the planets.
Wait a second.
The beast or whatever because of the 7 hills, but the 7 hills are named after the planets, what they worship as the planets.
Wait a second.
Oh, I got another question for Bible Defender.
Hold on a second.
Do you sub to Enoch or no?
What's that? Say that again.
You gotta say it again.
I was gonna ask Bible Defender a question before ATTS. Tony something.
You got a question. What was the question?
Do you subscribe to the Book of Enoch, or what's your thoughts on that?
I've read the Book of Enoch a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I stayed away from it is because it didn't line up. It didn't line up perfectly with the scriptures, the 80 books. So it didn't line up with the prophecies perfectly, and everything didn't line up. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like precepts and understanding. You know what I'm saying? And like solid doctrine. So that's why I kind of like stayed away from it. But I guess it has certain, I would say, good points in terms of like the Lord coming with destruction and things like that. But besides that, I would say, you can stay away from that. You don't really got to deal with it.
I don't know if anyone caught that, but Tony, just to clarify, you made a statement. Wait, you can, but hold on. I heard someone make a statement, so I just want to chime on it real quick.
Yeah,
you said something along the lines of the 7 hills represented the 7 planets, right?
Yes. That's what I heard.
So the 7. Wait a second. So the 7 hills that the woman sits on, that represents planets.
Well, I believe that the Babylon, the beast, the whore is space. That's what all the nations are. Space travel.
Well, where's the great city in space?
The great city? Are you talking about Zion?
No, the great city mystery Babylon. You're saying that's in space,
he's saying the great city is Zion.
No, I was wondering which city. There's a city in the skies, Zion, heavenly Jerusalem, and then there is all the Old Testament is a shadow of things, right? So the temple that they made or whatever that they built was a shadow of the one in heaven. Does that make sense? All the nations are using.
Wait, I think we're having a misunderstanding.
Right,
I know it refers to Jerusalem as the great city. I understand that. But then it calls a place called Mystery Babylon the great city. So that's what I'm asking you. Is that great city Babylon out in space?
Well, let me just kind of try to answer it with some questions. What's the government? It's to govern the mind, correct? What do the governments teach? What's the space treaties, the Antarctic treaties, all these United Nations treaties? You have a space treaty going on where with this new internet through Elon Musk, right? He's putting up this Starlink. He signed up with all the countries of the world to sign up to his internet. You know that the world is pretty much run by the internet right now, correct?
Yeah.
The social construct of the government to govern the mind, they have to do it through the internet. So to me, it just makes sense. I don't have all the answers, but I believe that space is hell.
I would say there's a hell.
Makes sense. I don't have all the answers, but I believe that space is hell.
I would say there's a hell below, because like when the flood happened, like some of the angels got trapped in heaven. Some of the angels, like the ones in the Euphrates River prophecy, are trapped underneath.
Are you referring to like where Enoch, it says that these certain chief watchers were imprisoned within the earth. Is that what you're referring to?
Some of them were imprisoned in the earth, in hell, or even Tartarus at that point, which is hell deeper than hell.
Yeah, no, I believe in that, but I don't believe you could call it Tartarus. That'd be a good name for it. But I don't believe that lake of fire or whatever you want to call it would be hell, and those would be like different things. That's in the last days. That hasn't happened yet.
The lake of fire is something at the end where basically all the evilness gets destroyed. That's something even after the millennia, after this 7-year tribulation, Jesus Christ comes back, rules for 1,000 years. The devil gets loose for a little season, and then he destroys the whole earth, the lake of fire, the hell, everything gets thrown into the lake of fire, and then we go to
New earth. Wait, in the Bible, hold on, I just want to touch on this one thing. Where in the Bible does it say or talk about a 7-year tribulation period?
Talks about 300 and it talks about 1,260 days or something like that.
Daniel, the book of Daniel.
If you're talking about the book of
also
Daniel,
Revelation,
mostly all the prophecies in the book of Daniel happened already. Like Daniel 9 happened already. Most of the Daniel 12 happened already. Daniel 11 happened already. I mean, like, and the reason why I say most of Daniel 12 happened already because literally only one verse or like 2 verses in Daniel saying Daniel that didn't happen.
So you don't believe in like a 7-year tribulation or even a 3.5-year tribulation?
No, that's not what the Bible teaches.
We believe in a tribulation, but to say an exact number of years.
Yeah, exact number of years is like.
I looked that up, but it's in Revelation. It talks about, I want to say it's 1,260 days, and then you do the math, it's 3.5 years.
Hey, ETT, man, I gotta hop out of here. My phone's dying. But I don't know if you would want to do this more often, using this page, and I don't know if you would actually want to set up, add your own YouTube page as a destination. You could do that too. So like while you're on this page and all these other ones, you could be on your own as well.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'll try to set that up.
All right. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna use it more often, I'll set up like streams for you to join, and then I'll add like the keywords and stuff into it. I know usually those would interest people, and like recommend stuff, StreamYard, you look it up, that pops up.
That's cool, man.
All right. I'll do like 10 of them. And so like whatever one you want to click on, when you see them and want to go live, just you do that.
Yeah, I would say like in 8 minutes, I'm gonna leave too, cause my phone they keep over here. So
I'll wrap up at 3 hours. So that's 8 minutes.
All right, man.
I'm gonna say due to my OCD as well.
Right.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why I'm going to 3 hours, is because I know that I'm not the only one that has OCD.
Right. I don't know. It's just something about like certain times that it just like it makes it look right. But right. This place is all confusion, and like I said, in terms of these doctrines, like I said, like I don't know, like I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like the Most High is really like doing a different type of service when it comes to like this kingdom, bro, because like I'm not even, like I said, I don't like to put myself on any type of pedestal because I don't hold myself to be somebody I'm not. But I feel like in certain areas, bro, like you have to have some type of spirit on you for the Most High to be showing you, because like the dude came on the panel and said nuclear missiles is fake, bro. No, bro. I don't even like to get angry. Like I don't like to get angry about certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like it's absolutely like you're absolutely mentally deranged to believe that. Like and like I said,
got one more,
find me a video. Find me a video.
Wait,
you guys find me a video of a nuclear bomb going off, and then let me watch it, and then that might convince me. So I challenge you to change my mind again, because I used to believe in nuclear weapons.
Yo, Tony. Wait a sec, Tony. You have a channel too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do streams over there as well?
Yeah, I do. I don't use StreamYard because they only give you 20 hours a month for free.
Right.
And I'm poor, so I don't have a lot of money. I use OBS a lot of times, but I can do StreamYard and have guests on. I can do Zoom. I can find another way.
That's cool, man. I'll stop by sometime. But I have one more question before you. And you're welcome to stop by anytime, man. We can continue the conversation. We've just been on for a couple hours, so we're going to wrap it up. But one more question for you before you go. What do you think about the idea of Christ being black? What do you think about that?
I've heard people arguing about what color he was. I believe that he was a more olive colored because he was he was the olive branch. So
I want to ask you this question.
I know he's not white, but I think that he's probably more tan. Like darker color, darker pigment.
I just want to ask you this, like like when you read, I don't know. I just want to ask you a question. Like when you read the Bible, like what kind of aspect are you looking at the Bible from? Like, are you looking at it like do you read it literally? Do you like use history? Do you use like common sense? Like, because like they have a lot of things out there that already prove certain things. Like Christ's skin color has been proven already through many you know instances. Like I'll give an example, like even with so-called science, biology and many things, you know what I'm saying? So like I just want to know, like, what aspects do you like, even like, because you even have some people, they say, oh, the Israelites was never a people, which is stupid, due to certain history, that if you know certain histories, the Israelites was definitely a people. So like what aspect do you read the Bible from? Because I don't always like to come off, to say, oh yeah, this person just is like dumb, or, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe I don't know what perspective certain people read from. So what, like, do you read it from like a history standpoint? Like what is your thought process while you reading? Like,
good question. I did a video on it earlier, and I talk about it a lot. Like, why do I study the Bible? Because I get people that come in that are total unbelievers, and they'll come in and hang out because I mix it with other things, right? I mix it with some music. I'll talk about whatever is on my mind, but mainly what I read the Bible for is it gives me instruction for living, and gives me hope for a future.
Okay. So like in terms of like, hope and like the future, I get what you're saying in terms of that, like why you read the Bible. But that wasn't kind of the question. Maybe I need to elaborate a little better. But the question was more so like, what perspective do you read the Bible from? Like, do you believe like the Bible has history? Do you believe the Bible has prophecy? Do you believe the Bible has geography?
I'm watching the time tick away is all, and I was trying to answer quickly. If you want a long answer, we might have to stay on longer. No, no.
I mean, it could be simple and to the point.
I'll try to make it simple. I play video games, right? I'm going to tell you a different story and see if it makes sense, because you guys asked me about the color of Jesus' skin, right? I met this girl, and she was in Africa, and she introduced herself to me like this. She says, I'm from Africa, but I'm white. I have to explain that because most people think that because I'm from Africa that we're all black. And I said, no, I didn't even think about it. I don't think about race. I was born in Flint, Michigan, and it's a mixed culture here.
But wait, hold on, but Jesus Christ has a race. You said that he was Jesus Christ has a race. Jesus Christ said that he was. He said he was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Right. So he described his lineage, his direct lineage.
My perspective, and what I focus on is I steer clear of any dogmatic teachings. Mm-hmm. Anything that has doctrine involved where there's been contention or arguing about it, I don't argue.
But wait a second though. But the scriptures speak about that we got to contend for the faith though.
I know I'm not perfect. I contend.
Wait. Let me ask you: Did Christ come to bring division?
Sometimes.
But he said that he came to set a son against his father and a daughter against her mother.
Yeah, but it isn't just division. He also wants unity. So it really does leave for
unity of everybody.
The Bible leaves room for everybody to come to him, not just people that are fighters. You got some people that are peacekeepers in the Bible. You know that Moses was considered the most humble man ever. But yet he was a leader.
So, I mean, we have the 3-hour mark, so
Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep it short. We can talk about this another time.
All right. Well, what we'll do is, because I'm planning on doing more of these on this channel, because Jay will let me stream here. So if you see us live, you're welcome to click the link, and we all can continue the conversation the next time we're live. And once again, I'll say it again, on my channel, I'm just about at 700 subscribers. So anyone else that's listening, if you haven't subscribed to my page, End Time Teacher, head over there and do subscribe over there and put all the